I want you to stop for a moment and just breathe. Forget the world around you. Forget the noise, the doubts, the endless thoughts that keep circling in your mind. Right now, in this very moment, it's just you and the power that lives within you. I will teach you how to feel it. Everything you desire, everything you dream of, already exists. Not somewhere far away, but here inside you. You've been told to wait, to struggle, to earn it, to deserve it. But the truth is simpler. You were born with the ability to create by feeling. Whatever you feel deeply, whatever you claim emotionally, life mirrors it back to you. Close your eyes and imagine the life you want. Not as a wish, not as a hope, but as if it's already done. Feel the comfort of it, the peace that comes with knowing it's yours. Let that feeling grow. Don't chase the image, live in the emotion. The mind may argue, but the feeling knows the truth. You see, imagination is not fantasy, it's creation. When you feel the reality of what you desire, when your inner world accepts it as real, your outer world must align. That is the law. That is how reality bends, not by effort, not by time, but by conviction. So when you wake in the morning, don't look at the world for confirmation. Feel first. Walk as if it's already done. Smile as if your prayer has already been answered. Let your emotions rise higher than your doubts, because feeling is the secret doorway through which the unseen becomes seen. And when the world tries to test you, when things look the same, when nothing seems to move, don't react. Return to the feeling. That's your home, that's your foundation. Every time you feel it, you're building it. Every time you assume it's done, you're creating it again. You don't need to wait for signs. You are the sign. You are the living proof that thought and emotion create form. Feel the love before it arrives. Feel the success before it's visible. Feel the freedom before it's yours. Because the moment you feel it, it begins to take shape. This is not pretending. This is knowing. This is remembering who you are, the one who feels reality into existence. I want you to understand something that most people never realize in their entire lifetime. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you feel. Every second of your life, you are broadcasting an emotional frequency. And that frequency is shaping your world. You can think all the right thoughts, repeat affirmations, visualize pictures, and read every book in existence. But until you feel it, nothing truly changes. Because feeling is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between your inner world and your outer reality. You've been taught to chase things with effort, to grind, to force outcomes, to measure progress by what your senses tell you. But the truth is, the senses only show you what you've already accepted emotionally. They are delayed reflections of what you once felt as true. The world you see now is your old feeling crystallized. If you want a new world, you must begin to feel differently now, even when nothing outside gives you permission to. Most people live in reaction. They look at what is and they feel in response to it. If life seems hard, they feel fear. If the bank account is low, they feel lack. If love hasn't come, they feel loneliness. But creation doesn't work that way. The outside doesn't come first. The feeling does. If you can feel abundance while your wallet is empty, if you can feel love while you are alone, if you can feel freedom while you seem trapped, you've already rewritten the script of your reality. It's not about denial. It's about direction. You're not pretending the old doesn't exist. You're choosing where to place your emotional attention. You're turning your inner compass toward what you prefer to be real, rather than what habit or fear tells you is real. That's the secret most people miss. They want change, but they keep feeling the same emotions that built their old world. Everything begins with a feeling. The house, the relationship, the career, the peace of mind. It all starts as an emotional tone that you nurture within yourself. The mind might not know how it will happen, but that's not your concern. Your only work is to hold the feeling, to let it grow roots, to live as though it's already so. The rest unfolds in ways you could never plan. When you first begin to practice this, your logical mind will resist. It will say, how can I feel wealthy when I have debts? How can I feel loved when no one is here? How can I feel healthy when my body aches? The answer is simpler by remembering that feeling is not a reaction, it's a choice. It's the seed you plant, not the fruit you eat. You're not faking it, you're creating it. You're stepping into the emotional state that precedes manifestation. Let yourself feel it fully. Don't just repeat words. Close your eyes and enter the state of your wish fulfilled. Imagine the details that make it real to your senses. The softness of the sheets in your dream home. The warmth of the sun through the window of your new life. The laughter of the person you love. The feeling of relief that you've made it. Stay there. Let it become more than imagination. Let it become an experience. Because the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between an experience that's imagined and one that's physical. Whatever you feel with full conviction becomes your new truth. The mind is a servant to the emotion. You can command it through feeling. If you keep saying, I am happy, but feel heavy inside, your subconscious listens to the emotion, not the words. The feeling of sadness overrides the affirmation. But if you whisper, I am free, and let your body feel the lightness of that freedom, even for a moment, you've planted a living seed. It will grow in ways unseen until it blossoms into your outer world. Feeling is not weak, it's power in its purest form. Everything around you, the buildings, the technology, the art, was once a vibration in someone's emotional field. Someone felt it real before anyone saw it. That's how reality evolves. That's how you evolve. The artist feels beauty before he paints it. The inventor feels possibility before he designs it. The leader feels vision before the world believes it. When you start to feel the state of your desire, your vibration changes. And as your vibration changes, you begin to attract new ideas, new chances, new paths. The people you meet, the situations you encounter, they begin to align with your new inner tone. It's not luck and it's not coincidence. It's resonance. You can only meet what matches your emotional frequency. There's a silent language between you and the universe, and that language is emotion. Every time you feel gratitude, the universe hears it as abundance. Every time you feel joy, it hears expansion. Every time you feel peace, it hears harmony. The moment you shift your feelings, you send a new message to the field around you, and that field responds with mirrored experiences. But you must be consistent. You can't dip into the feeling once and then drown in doubt for the rest of the day. You must live in the new feeling, even when the evidence hasn't caught up yet, because it will. The outer world is simply slower to change than the inner one. Be patient. Stay loyal to the feeling. Don't check the mirror to see if it's working. Keep walking as if it already has. When you feel something deeply enough, your entire being starts to align with it. You begin to think like the person who already has it. You start taking actions from that state, not forced actions, but inspired ones. Life begins to move through you effortlessly because you've become one with the state you desired. And in that alignment, things begin to appear as if by magic. You'll notice that opportunities seem to come from nowhere. Conversations align perfectly. People appear with exactly what you needed. That's not coincidence, it's creation. You've tuned yourself into the version of reality where your desire already exists, and now you're meeting it on that frequency. Feeling is your creative signal to the universe. The moment you feel it real, creation is complete in the unseen. You don't need to force outcomes. You only need to maintain the feeling until it materializes. The more you trust the process, the faster it unfolds. Doubt slows the current, faith opens it. Start small if you need to. Choose something simple, a message from a friend, a compliment, a small amount of money. Close your eyes. Feel what it would be like to receive it. Feel the emotion as if it already happened. Don't hope, no, don't wish. Feel, then release it. Go about your day without clinging. Let it go as though you've mailed a letter and you trust it will reach its destination. And when it comes, you will realize it wasn't luck, it was law. As you practice this, your confidence grows. You'll begin to understand that you're never waiting for life. Life is waiting for you to feel it real. You'll stop trying to fix the outside and start mastering the inside. You'll see that the outer world is only a mirror reflecting your inner state. When you change your feelings, the mirror must change. You can test this right now. Think of something that used to make you anxious. Bring it to mind. Feel how your body reacts. Tension, tightness, unease. Now breathe slowly and imagine the best possible outcome. Feel the relief, the peace, the gratitude as if it's already done. Notice how your body changes. The breath deepens. The heart rate slows. You just shifted reality on the inside. And if you hold that long enough, it must reflect outside too. You don't need perfect faith. You just need persistence. You can fall back into doubt and still return to the feeling. It's like a muscle. You strengthen it every time you choose to feel the reality you prefer instead of the one you fear. You might stumble. You might forget. But every time you remember, you build momentum. People will ask you what you're doing differently. They'll notice something in your energy, your presence, your calm. They won't be able to define it, but they'll feel it. Because once you start living from the feeling of your fulfilled desire, you carry an invisible magnetism. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer hope, you know. There's no need to explain it to anyone. You don't have to convince the world. The world will convince itself when it sees your results. Just stay loyal to the unseen. Feel the wish fulfilled. And let the world rearrange itself to match your conviction. Every night before you sleep, close your eyes and drop into that feeling. Pretend for a moment that your wish is complete. Feel the satisfaction, the gratitude, the calm certainty. Drift into sleep with that emotion, because the last feeling before sleep imprints itself deeply into the subconscious. And while you rest, creation is at work, molding the outer world to match the inner image. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the author of them. You write with feeling. You edit with emotion. You publish through belief. Everything in your experience right now was once an emotional pattern that you accepted as true. And the beautiful part is, you can rewrite it anytime. If you want a new life, start by creating a new emotional home. Stop living in the vibration of waiting, hoping, needing. Live in the vibration of having, being, knowing. When you feel like the person who already has what you want, the universe has no choice but to mirror that truth. You are energy in motion. You are consciousness shaping matter. When you walk, talk, and move from the feeling of your fulfilled desire, you are literally bending reality around you. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen because reality has no power to resist conviction. Feel it in your bones. Feel it in your breath. Feel it so completely that there's no room left for doubt. Let it become more real to you than what your eyes can see, because the eyes only report what's already been created. The feeling builds what the eyes will see next. Every master of life, every creator who ever changed the world, did it through this same secret. They felt it real before anyone else could see it. They walked through the world carrying the invisible blueprint of their vision. And because they felt it, the world had to yield. So when you wake up tomorrow, before you check your phone, before you remember your problems, stop and feel the version of you that's already free, already fulfilled, already at peace. Feel the success, the joy, the abundance. Let it be your first emotion of the day. Walk through the world with that inner tone and watch how life begins to respond differently. No effort is wasted when it's directed through feeling. No dream is too big when it's lived from the heart. The power that created the stars is the same power that beats in your chest, and it answers only to feeling. If you could only feel it long enough, believe it deep enough, and return to it often enough, you would realize there's nothing outside of you to gain. There's only something within you to awaken. And once it's awakened, the whole world bends to your state. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to feel it, fully, honestly, passionately. Because once you feel it, the rest is inevitable. You are already living in a world that mirrors your emotions back to you. Everything you touch, every conversation, every opportunity, every delay, all of it is an echo of your internal feeling state. The entire universe is a mirror, and you are the face it reflects. You've been trying to change the reflection by touching the mirror, by adjusting circumstances, by forcing outcomes. But the reflection only changes when you change. The moment you feel differently, everything around you begins to rearrange itself in ways unseen. You can call it vibration, energy, consciousness. The word doesn't matter. What matters is that this invisible power responds faithfully to what you feel is true. Not what you say, not what you wish, not what you pray for without emotion, but what you feel in the quiet moments when no one is watching. The truth of your inner state is always broadcasted into creation, and the universe delivers matching experiences every single time. People often ask, but how can I feel something that isn't real yet? The answer is, it becomes real the moment you feel it. You don't need physical proof to experience the emotion of it. In fact, waiting for proof is what keeps it from showing up. You have to reverse the process. Feel it first, believe it first, know it first, and then let life catch up. The mind loves to complicate this. It asks for steps, for methods, for timelines. But feeling doesn't live in the mind. It lives in the heart, in the body, in the silence beneath thought. You can't think your way into a new state. You must feel your way into it. The heart speaks the language of creation far more fluently than the mind ever will. Right now, take a deep breath and think of one thing you desire more than anything else. Don't analyze it. Don't question it. Just bring it into your awareness and allow yourself to feel what life would be like if you already had it. How would you breathe? How would you walk? what would your mornings feel like? Would your shoulders relax? Would you smile more easily? That feeling, the ease, the joy, the quiet certainty, that's the bridge between you and your desire. It doesn't matter if your current reality seems the opposite. You're not here to fight the old, you're here to give life to the new. Feel it as often as you can, not as fantasy, but as inner truth. The more natural it feels, the closer it moves toward physical form. This is not make believe, this is alignment. You may notice resistance, the part of you that says, but look around, nothing has changed. That voice is only the echo of the past. It's the residue of the old feelings you used to carry. Don't argue with it, just observe it and return to your chosen feeling. Each time you return, you're training your subconscious to accept the new reality as normal. And once your subconscious accepts it, life must comply. The subconscious doesn't understand time, it only understands feeling. When you feel something as if it's happening now, it assumes it's already true. It doesn't question the how or the when. It simply accepts the command and begins to reorganize your reality accordingly. That's why the most powerful creators are those who can sustain a feeling regardless of appearances. Think of a time you wanted something deeply and then let it go, only for it to appear when you least expected. In that letting go, you released resistance. You stopped doubting, you stopped trying to control, and you allowed yourself to feel peace. That peace opened the door. The universe doesn't respond to struggle, it responds to surrender. Not the kind of surrender that gives up, but the kind that trusts. When you walk in that trust, every cell in your body vibrates differently. Your tone of voice changes. Your posture shifts. You radiate something that others can feel but can't define. You've seen this in others. Someone who seems lucky, magnetic, effortlessly successful. They're not lucky, they're aligned. They're living from a feeling that's already complete. The world bends toward that kind of certainty. But to reach that level, you must practice emotional mastery. Most people are slaves to their feelings. They let circumstances dictate how they feel, instead of realizing that how they feel dictates their circumstances. Emotional mastery doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means guiding your energy intentionally, even when emotions arise. It's learning to feel deliberately, not reactively. When fear appears, you can thank it for showing you where your faith still wavers. When doubt whispers, you can smile, knowing it's the final test before the manifestation becomes visible. When things fall apart, you can recognize that they're only rearranging themselves to make room for the new. That's the kind of calm power that comes when you truly understand that feeling creates reality. The outer world is a delayed echo of your inner state. If you don't like what's showing up, change the feeling that produced it. Don't attack the shadow, change the light. The shadow will follow. The same principle applies to every area of life. Want love, want abundance, feel abundance, want peace, feel peace. It sounds simple because it is. Truth always is. But simplicity doesn't mean weakness. It takes courage to feel love when you're lonely, to feel rich when you're broke, to feel confident when you failed. That's the real work. Not forcing outcomes, but disciplining your emotions to live in the desired state despite appearances. That is where power lies. The more you practice this, the faster it becomes natural. One day, you'll wake up and realize that your outer world finally matches the feeling you've been living in. People will call it sudden success or good luck, but you'll know it wasn't sudden at all. It was the inevitable result of your emotional persistence. Imagine your consciousness as a radio dial. Every emotion is a frequency. When you tune into joy, you can't receive signals of sorrow. When you tune into abundance, you can't receive lack. It's not that the other stations stop broadcasting, you simply stop matching them. The signal you stay on becomes your experience. Your job is to hold the frequency of your desire as naturally as you can, not through forced positivity, but through inner conviction. You're not pretending, you're remembering. The version of you who has what you want already exists in the field of infinite possibilities. Feeling connects you to that version. Once connected, life begins to rearrange to bring you together physically. If doubt returns, and it will, that's not failure. It's just an opportunity to choose again. Each moment gives you the freedom to decide which reality you'll energize, the old one born of fear or the new one born of faith. Choose the new one again and again until it becomes automatic. You will notice subtle signs at first, little coincidences, repeated numbers, conversations that seem to guide you. These are confirmations that your feeling state is beginning to project outward. Don't cling to them, just acknowledge them with gratitude. Gratitude amplifies the signal. The more grateful you feel, the more momentum your new reality gains. Sometimes, right before the breakthrough, everything will seem to fall apart. Don't panic. That's the old vibration breaking down. The collapsing of structures that no longer match your new frequency. The storm isn't punishment, it's purification. Hold your ground in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Let the chaos move around you, but don't step out of your calm center. You'll begin to realize that reality bends around conviction. The stronger your feeling of certainty, the faster the rearrangement. And it's not arrogance, it's alignment. You're not demanding from the universe, you're becoming one with it. You're speaking its language, and that language is emotional resonance. You can do this with anything. Want a healed body? Close your eyes and feel vitality flooding every cell. Don't visualize the illness disappearing. Feel health so strongly that illness has no room to exist. Want reconciliation with someone? Don't rehearse arguments. Feel the warmth of forgiveness, the ease of understanding. The universe responds not to words, but to vibrations. You may wonder how long it takes. The answer is always the same. It takes as long as it takes for you to believe. Time doesn't create, belief does. When you truly feel something real enough to forget time, time collapses. Manifestation happens the moment you no longer feel separation between you and your desire. This is why children manifest so effortlessly. They feel instantly. They don't overthink. They imagine, believe, and move on. Their world shifts easily because they haven't yet learned doubt. You can return to that purity. The power never left you. It just got buried under logic, fear, and control. Feeling is remembering that you are already complete, that you never need to chase what you can create from within. Every breath is an opportunity to shift frequency. Every moment of awareness is an open door. You can step into a new state as easily as changing a thought, if you dare to feel it as real. If you want to see miracles, practice consistency. Morning and night, enter the feeling of your fulfilled desire. Let it color your imagination, your tone, your body language. Don't force outcomes. Let them unfold naturally. The universe always delivers through the path of least resistance. Eventually, your old self, the one who doubted, feared, and waited, will fade. You'll look back and realize that everything you once wanted has become your normal. The new reality will feel natural, effortless. That's when you'll understand the full power of feeling. It doesn't force change, it allows it. The old version of you was a reactor. The new one is a creator. You no longer wait for proof because you know that the inner comes first. You walk with quiet confidence, not because of what you see, but because of what you feel as truth. Every great shift in history began with someone who felt something others couldn't see yet. They carried an invisible knowing that pulled the unseen into form. You have that same power. The difference between dreamers and creators is not luck or intelligence, it's feeling. Dreamers hope, creators feel. You are meant to live in joy, not struggle. To move through life as a conscious participant, not a victim of circumstances. Every emotion you choose today writes tomorrow's script. Choose carefully, choose beautifully, choose powerfully. The more you practice, the less you'll care about appearances. You'll stop asking, when will it happen? Because you'll be too absorbed in the richness of the feeling itself. That's the paradox. When you no longer need the manifestation, it comes faster. Because detachment is the purest form of faith. The feeling is the end. When you feel it as done, creation is done. You are simply walking toward the inevitable unfolding of what's already true within you. Nothing can stop it. The only question is whether you will stay in that knowing or be swayed by appearances. You can choose right now. You can decide to live from the feeling of completion, to speak from it, to act from it, to rest in it. The more you do, the more life bends to meet you. Reality is not fixed. It's fluid, shifting with every new vibration you offer. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of awareness is an invitation to feel something higher, something freer, something truer. You don't need permission. You don't need proof. You only need to feel it real. And reality will have no choice but to obey. So when you walk away from this moment, remember this truth. Everything you will ever want already exists within you, waiting for you to feel it real. You are not chasing your desires, you are awakening to them. You are not reaching for power, you are power. The only distance between where you are and where you want to be is the strength of your feeling. Stop waiting for signs. Stop doubting your worth. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and claim the reality you choose. Not with words, but with conviction. Feel it so completely that the universe has no choice but to mirror it. Because when you dare to feel the end as already accomplished, the end must appear. Everything begins and ends with what you feel. So feel it now fully, fearlessly, and faithfully. And watch the unseen bow to your belief.